How you doing? I'm David Sancheesi, and I'm here to talk about, I guess, the news of the day. I want to talk about this story. First, I want to just be clear. I'm not sure if this is actually a true story. I can't verify it, but from the looks of it, it could potentially be true because it's a story coming from a TikTok lady who claims she's a teacher. If you search her TikTok, she clearly has stuff that shows she's in the teaching field potentially. Okay, so she claims she's a teacher, and what she says is she was fired for a child meowing on her and not identifying him as a cat. Now, it sounds outlandish, and the only reason I'm doing this story because we're in a world right now where outlandish stories that we would normally not believe are true. Again, I can't verify this story. It's interesting. It's on a bunch of independent media sources. I don't know if they're really reliable, but it's out there, and she's going to talk about it herself. And I can't find out where she works. It doesn't. I can't get that information. It doesn't give her, so we could possibly look into it and see if she's listed as a teacher. But anyway, I'm going to continue on with this story because it's comical at best, sad at worst if it is true. So here we go. We're going to get into this. And again, I just want to clarify, I don't do stories like this, but it's interesting because if it is true, it's pretty crazy. But again, we live in a world of crazy. Teacher says she was fired for not meowing at student who identifies as a cat. And if you don't know, there are people who identify as animals and they want to be noticed as an animal. And in some places, they really push this. So as crazy as it sounds, you can identify as almost anything in this country except you can identify as vaccinated. Isn't that interesting? A substitute teacher says she was canned for not identifying with all of her students, including a young boy who claims to be a cat. In a TikTok video, a woman going by the handle Crazy Name Bridget Michael claims she was let go for not meowing back at a student who then stormed out of the classroom. I am a sub, and the most important thing we do is take roles so the school gets paid and the teacher rents. So I'm looking at the seating chart as I'm going up and down the rows and marking who's here and who's not. I get to the third row and I hear this meow. Excuse me? The woman goes on to say that a little girl told her that the teacher needs to meow back because the boy identifies as a cat. The substitute teacher jokingly asked if there was a litter box in the classroom. The boy then stormed off and the teacher barked at him. So I'm going to show you the video of this. She'll tell you the story herself. Like I said, it's interesting. Could be true. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, it's out there and it's getting a lot of attention on social media. But check it out. Here we go.
Okay, I've got to rant for a minute. Just when I thought school couldn't get any weirder, it did today. I'm a sub, and the most important thing we do is take roles so the school gets paid. So I'm looking at the seating chart as I'm going up and down the rows and marking who's here and who's not. I get to the third row and I hear this meow. Excuse me? Excuse me? I start looking on the ground. Go to the fourth row, everything's good. Go to the fifth row, everybody's there. Then I hear meow. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? Who's doing it? And this little girl in the very front row says, you have to meow back at him. He identifies as a cat. Are you kidding me? I said, is there a litter box in here somewhere? My sarcasm self probably shouldn't have said that. He gets up and he storms out of the classroom. And I'm like, rough. And of course, the entire class is laughing. And I think, no problem, no foul. I go to the office. You ready for this? You check out. They said, we no longer need your services if you can't identify with all the children in the classroom. And you wonder why they don't have any subs. I told the lady, I said, I didn't know cats were considered people. I thought they were pets. Another school off my list. Okay.
So again, interesting. Is it true? Who knows? But at the least, it's a hysterical but sad story. So there you have it. A teacher goes on TikTok, claims she's a sub, and if you look on her TikTok, you can find other things that show she is a teacher. Subs don't necessarily get fired. They just don't get called back to a school. So she used that term, she won't be going back. So the headlines all say fired, but they just won't call her back or she just won't go back because they get all these different schools. They get classified in as a substitute and they call them when they need one. So again, I just want to clarify. I don't usually do stories like this, but it is Saturday and it's a down day. And I just find it funny because we potentially are headed in this direction because people want to be identified as things that they're not. If you look online, there are things that people identify as wolves, as cats, as dogs. It's there, but is her story true? Anyway, you be the judge. Interesting story. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.